Welcome to another episode of Daily Gym. Presentations. Over the last few years, I've seen many different types of presentations. Pitch decks, sales proposals, portfolios, progress reports of how a certain project is moving along. And I started realizing that many people are not really aware behind the purpose of a presentation. More specifically, for many, the priorities are mixed up. They go for style over substance, and the intent behind the presentation is to inform the other party of their accomplishments or how good they are, while the real purpose behind a presentation is to make the other party take a certain action. So then if we know that that's the intent behind a presentation, how can we get to that point? How can we make something good to achieve that kind of result? For myself, I've whittled it down to 3 questions that I ask myself before I start making a presentation. The first one being who? Who is my target audience? Secondly, what is it that I want to accomplish? Or what is it that I want my target audience to take action? This doesn't mean that everybody who's witnessing or observing the presentation has to do something, but I have to define for myself the key person that needs to take a particular action. And then finally is the how. It's not just the messaging of what words I use or how I frame my message, but also the medium. Is it a video? Is it a PowerPoint presentation? Is it on paper? Am I able to communicate while people are looking at the presentation, or they look at it at a different time and I'm not able to be there? Is it a dialogue or is it a monologue? All these things make a difference, because from the what and the how, and knowing who the person is that you're trying to have them take a certain action, you can then start putting all of that together and think, what gives me the highest success rate? What kind of presentation? How should I spin it? How should I put it? It's not about lying, but it's about shining a light on the information that you feel is most beneficial to the person in order to have them take a particular action. If it still sounds a little bit unclear, I try to make it even easier for you. Think of the person who looks at your presentation or who observes your presentation as your customer, as if you're selling yourself, your idea, your business, your product to them. But it's not about pitching to them what you can offer. You need to think about it. What is their need? And more often than not, especially if you're in a bigger corporation where people ask you to make a progress report or a certain presentation, they give you directions. But more often than not, many people are not good at articulating what they really want. So your role as the one making the presentation is to put yourselves in their shoes and think, what are they going to use it for? Or what could they use it for? And from there, take the steps back and start to think about how can I get them from where I am right now to that particular action to give them the most and biggest benefit. That's all I have to say for today. And I'll be back with another video tomorrow. Have a nice day, everybody. And remember, think about what the other person wants when you're making the presentation.